Oh, there it is. There it is. Come on. First try, baby. First try. As long as you don't count the 6 sealed events I ran. There it is. There it is. First shot with my disgusting deck from hell that I showed on my stream. Which live on stream I got, I think, 9 or 10 wins in a row with it. So, I got to Mythic, which is hilarious. There it is. Yeah, boy. So the other one's impossible to get, but we'll get into that. So, I mean, about these two events, I smoked this one, wasn't even close. You should run my deck. The only thing I lost to was, because you saw I had one loss, it was Mr. Krabs, aka, what is it, Hullbreaker, Breach or something. That lobster thing that, like, clones spells or whatever I don't remember. Return stuff to hand. I mean, it was a return to hand spell anyway, but yeah, obviously I lost to that. And then he milled me out. Let's see, I had, like, triple over lethal that turn, and he milled me out, so... Yeah, that pissed me off. But, yeah, Lier was the problem with that. He got out both, and then he just had double access to his graveyard, and I couldn't stick anything. No, that's fine. All my spells cost 1 or 2, and I get ETBs. I think I lost that game with over 100 life. But since he knows that, he was running Maddening Cacophony. That's what I lost to. He got rid of, like, half my deck in one shot, because the average CMC in my deck is, like, 1.8. So, yeah, he hit a lot. He might as well have been casting Traumatize. So I wasn't happy about that. But if you're not running, like, that or, like, turns, Galvanic turns or whatever it is, or my deck, you're probably gonna lose. Just FYI. If I don't know much about the alchemy format, but in standard that's true, and I don't think alchemy's been out long enough for people to develop alchemy decks. So I think it's just standard decks. So yeah, run mine. I guess deck list in the description. Why not? But for the sealed event, that's what I wanted to talk about. 1, I think the matchmaking is rigged, and 2, I played so many of it because I thought it was fun. I entered like 6 or 7 events, but it wasn't that fun. I mean, you go to a pre-release, you dick around, you eat junk food, you tell stories and laugh with geeky people who are into the same dumb crap you are. So that's the fun part, staying up to 3 a.m. Okay, I stayed up to 3 or 4 a.m. playing this crap, and there was no fun to be had. I mean, I enjoy the like, just sealed period. So, like, the process of, oh, here's a pool, let's look through stuff, let's solve this, let's build a proper deck, check the density, check the ratio, because I like deck building, and I like deck building even if it's just for a little event, for like an hour or whatever. So I love sealed. That's why I kept running it. And because I knew I could just smoke this event. So I dropped in, beat it on my first try, and I'm probably going back to sealed. But I burned like at least 8 or 10,000 coins on this. Probably more. Probably 12,000. I don't know how the hell I have so many. I think I had 14,000 yesterday. I just won 3. So yeah, I think I ran 6 or 7 events unsealed. And I think my record is 2 wins. I think that's the highest I went with it. And you might be thinking, oh, you must have had bad pools. Yes, but the 2 sets don't go together very well, first of all, because all the synergy and power cards are in the rare slot pretty much or higher. And still, unless you get a god tier pool where they're all on color and they all have something to do with each other, you're going to lose. So, I mean, you got to mix vampires with werewolves, and werewolves, like, then like day-night cards are really good, but you can't really control it. And then like vampires are really good, but you can't get enough blood. And then like, zombies are pretty good, but you can't get enough zombie synergy or any death triggers. It's like half or more of the deck is always missing. So you're just like, I don't know, fatties and removal, I guess. Big boys, let's go. That kind of worked. And now that it's been running for 2 days and everybody's just solved it, everybody's figured out, 1, what do I lose to the easiest and the most? And 2, what do I win with? And people have just figured out, oh, just go all flyers 2 or 3 colors, usually vampires plus. So vampires plus spirits or vampires plus whatever. So I haven't even seen like a werewolves deck that functioned. Now, if you drafted just Crimson, you're probably going vampires, and if you drafted just Midnight, you're probably going to be able to pull off werewolves, but that's draft, where you can hand pick it. And even then, on Crimson Vow, I saw people drafting like really beast mode enchantment spirit decks with that, what is that come back from the grave thing. So, Disturb. So, like, you can't get either going because it's both sets mixed. So somehow they managed to take both sets, mix them together, and make it worse because it's 3 packs of each. I guess I should mention that for context in case you're not familiar. But, yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. I was like, oh, I'm going to keep playing it because it's 2,000 gold to play an entire sealed event. Like, I'm going to get my sealed in, but now at this point, now I'm low on coins and I've had my fill of it. Thank God I won 2,200 gems in the last draft by running Crimson Vow draft, and I just ran, I think, Blitz Vampires. I mean, yeah, so flyers win in this format. They just win. It's not Strixhaven where flying is mandatory, but your whole deck's going to be flying because everything in that damn set flew. This is more like, yeah, you just need to hold them off a little bit, and there's enough control between the two sets that, especially if you run 3-color, which is really rough with little to no fixing outside of the rare slot, you get Evolving Wilds, and I think that's it. Ouch. You're basically going to be just flying over them and then blowing up their biggest threats or gaining life or throwing out like a 1/4 defender, whatever you can do on the ground to stop them and then flying over them. But since everybody's doing it, I think now if you went all flyers, you're still not going to win because people figured that out. So I would just give up on the sealed one, and in case I didn't make it clear enough in my earlier video, give up right now on getting 10 tokens unless you have 100 hours free and about $500, because that's about what it's going to take to get 10, and you'll be like, oh, I got 2 on the first day, which no, you didn't. One of the events is sealed. But, if you get 6 out of 6, you're on like, not day 4, but section 4, you're like, I have to get 7 and 8. I have to, and you end up just, I need more gems. I need more entries. Oh, I got to go to work. Oh, I'm going to call in sick. It's just such a trap. This whole event is a trap. But all that gets you for 10 is some, show off sleeves or something, an entry into the big paid tournament qualifier thing, which, okay, I mean, you could put in less money and time and just get there naturally, just saying. But yeah, I think the whole FOMO thing was pretty rough. I don't remember what the second entry interval is, 6 or 7 tokens. Even that seems a little bit rough, but you'll get at least a shot at the finale of the decathlon if you get 3 out of 10 tokens, which is what I think everybody will want. So you can see decathlon, 1 alchemy right there. I'm not even going to try for the sealed one because I got to save my coins and gems. It's just that simple. So, and I'm sure I can get 1,800 coins a day. And these are only 2,000 each, but I need to win both of them and it's 3 days. So, I could drive my coin count down to absolutely 0 and still kind of ride it. But if it starts getting a little rough in the future days and I can't pick up a second token, I'm going to start sweating about that third one, or even on the third one. But there's another event coming up that I know I can win. And then I don't know which one I'm going to make the third one, but as soon as I get 3, I'm just going to dick around, which is why I kind of wish sealed was an ongoing thing that we could play. Because once it's gone. 32 hours, it's gone. So that kind of sucks. I almost had fun, but boy, they should have just went all Crimson or all Midnight or all the packs that mix them. I don't know if there would have been a big difference. I think it's kind of the same thing at the end of the day, but your packs could have tilted slightly, because remember the Midnight Premiere packs, which are supposed to be for draft events or sealed or whatever, they contain every single card from both, which means that by sheer probability you could not get 50-50. Now, if you open 3 and 3 packs, you're going to get 50-50. So you could have had a little bit too powerful of werewolves or a little bit too powerful of vampires just by sheer chance, and then actually won this event. So that actually would have been a little bit better, in my opinion, but it would have been more heavily leaning on luck. But right now, it's just a trap. I mean, at least 4 or 5 of my pools were garbage, and 2 of them were amazing, and my strongest pool I went 0-3 with. I mean, this pool, this deck, was a crime. It was like a couple rares, 1 or 2, but then the uncommons were just insane. The deck was so many combos and stuff and synergy, and my first opponent, they might as well have been a constructed deck. And I thought, okay, you get 1 or 2 losses, they're going to start, easy moding your opponents, put you up against people who are a little bit, less good with a less good deck. Nope, my third opponent was almost as tough as my first one. I lost 3 in a row with a deck that was triple the power of anything I'd played with. Now, I've run in there with just garbage and won 2 in a row. I mean, I know how to play. I know how to time my spells. It is what it's, and half the time it let me go first. That's refreshing. Same with the alchemy event. I think they turned off hand smoothing and the turn riggage. And that's not a paranoid delusional conspiracy, for wondering. I tracked 1,000 matches, and depending upon how you measure it, between 18 and 22% of the time I went first. In the alchemy event, 50% of the time I went first. There you go. Fair matches. It's about damn time. No wonder I won so many matches. So, yeah, overall, I think the decathlon's kind of a scam to take people with really good pools, put them up against each other, make sure everybody loses. I think, anybody who goes 4-0 is going to go up against somebody else's 4-0 so that they can eliminate each other. But that's just how ELO works. So they could have, they could have plausible deniability. But that first game and the second game, and the third game after I was 0-2, they should have put me up against someone who just didn't even know how the game worked, basically. Come on. So, yeah, I think the matchmaking is rigged, and it's rigged to maximize the number of entries on day one. So the sealed event is basically a scam. Only run it if you want to run a sealed event for dirt cheap to get good at it or because you enjoy it. But there's not much enjoyment in the packs they picked. So that's all I got to say. If you want to have any chance of getting some wins or recovering some money or some packs or whatever, you're going to have to go flyers. It just is what it is. And 3-color is miserable because about a third of the games you will get mana screwed, color screwed to hell. The one time I went 3-color, that I thought I had a chance because I had 2 Evolving Wilds, I lost 2 games because of color screwing. And that all of them were mulligans. There's just nothing you can do. I don't recommend drafting it without like common slot or uncommon slot color fixing, and there is none. So a little tip for you at the end there. But let me know your experience down below. I guess I'm kind of enjoying it so far, mostly because I guess I'm winning in the one I care about. And my deck list is in the description. So I'll see you guys next time.